I'm pissed on my sneakers. Can you see them? Pissed on them. How do you know? Because I left them alone in the living room while I was cleaning my mom's room for hours. Not cleaning it, straightening out her clothes, because the contractor, still hasn't done my closet. That's not their fault, though. It's mine. With my mom in the hospital, and there's been storms, and, whatever. I didn't even get back to them, But anyway, or I did, saying it's been total chaos, and then I joked on the day of the storm, you sure as fuck aren't coming today, you know what I mean? Anyway, clothes, my mom's closet, straightening it all out, separating because my clothes were thrown, and it was just chaos in there, and I couldn't even find my own clothes, because I had them in her room mixed up with her stuff. So it took hours. I cleaned nonstop for 3.5 hours, okay? And this morning I was up real early, trying to straighten out yet another problem with Walmart.com. And then I have to feel guilty because I misunderstood something. But if you have been me and you keep having problems with Walmart.com and you're exhausted and you can't talk to them because they're not going to be up yet and it's early in the morning, and you might misunderstand and do the same damn thing, okay? I wanted to create at least, one video before my mom gets home. Okay, so here's the deal. I've already sung the praises of these Sterilite containers. They're 64 quart, clear. They call them white, but you see through them. They're clear. And I like them. I've had those big kind of containers before, but they didn't have covers. They had covers that snap on like all around. But I didn't like them. They bend. But these are cool. I like these things. Clearly I like them. I wouldn't order them 3 times in a row. Well, first 2 times they arrived perfectly. This last time, the bottom container arrived crushed, and I'm going to show it to you. And you're going to realize that it sure as fuck, common sense dictates, it wasn't put in there by the Walmart.com distribution center employee, okay? You know damn well, FedEx tossed the box around, and that's how it got mangled, okay? It's not a little cracked, it's friggin' shattered. It's in pieces practically. It's the bottom one. How these Sterilite containers go is there's 6 in this big giant box. They pile them up inside of each other, the 6 containers. It's 6 for $60, okay? And then tax. And then they put the covers on top. The other 5 containers are perfect. The bottom container arrived mangled. You have to return all of the containers, okay? So, let's just talk about that. Let's also talk about the fact the reason that I have not yet used my camera is because the new cameras, I found this out with my Sony that I returned to Target, okay? I got my $100 back. This is a Kodak AZ421. It's $160, okay? It's more expensive. And that's with free shipping from Walmart.com. It's $157 something, okay? I haven't opened it. You guys, I already told you the story of the first one, okay? Which I could repeat now. I just don't want to be over my makeup, so I'm also cooking mushrooms, organic mushrooms. I'm going to make Pacific organic bone broth, beef, because Vitacost last time around had no chicken bone broth, so I tried beef, and I've had beef before. Organic spinach, organic mushrooms, and organic hamburger, and a little bit of organic cheese. Last night I didn't get around to making the broth, so my mom and I just had delicious. It was so good. I've had it before with the Ezekiel flax bread. My mom and I love the Ezekiel organic flax bread. You can put different stuff on that. It's delicious with avocado on it. Well, I decided I had a little bit of organic cheese that I bought the other day, mozzarella, so I did organic mozzarella cheese, an organic avocado. My mom and I split. We had half avocado and some hamburger and put it on that toast with a little bit of olive oil. It was so good, and it was quick. So there are my organic mushrooms cooking in the pan, and they're cooking in native organic coconut oil that I get off of Vitacost, okay? I broke these up so quickly and thinking to myself to have my mom help, because it's good for her to help. It gives her a sense of accomplishment, you know. But it takes her so long to break up these mushrooms when I give that to her as a task, and I do it so quickly. So it made me feel a little bit guilty when I realized how quickly I did it compared to how long it takes her to do it. I haven't asked her to do it in a long time, though. I used to ask her to do it once in a while when she was visiting here on the weekends. Mostly so she could go to church on Sundays. I told you that the church women welcomed her back with open arms. It's like nothing had ever happened. But nothing happened between her and my mom. It happened between me and church women based on what my mom told me. But I'm not going to get into that. But I was never going to talk to the church woman again. But whatever. Go away. So anyway, before my mom gets home, I just wanted to do this video, and I probably, when she gets home, I'll have to probably stop it midway. I want to show you inside of I want to show you how mangled the container was, but obviously I'm going to make sure I don't show you my address, so. Cover up the lens, like so. Go over here. And open the door so you can have light. In this container, you should be able to see maybe, is in actual, maybe you can't tell. Move, Omar! Move, honey, move. It actually is like in pieces. So, look at this bottom here. I can put my hand through to the box. See, can you see me doing that? It's in pieces. It arrived like that. The other 5 on top of it that sit inside were perfect. This arrived crushed to death. You know, damn well, that this happened in transit. Again, that's just common sense. You know damn well the involvement employee did not pack the container like that. Okay, it happened in transit. It happened in transit. FedEx accidentally, yet again, came today because Walmart.com employees have repeatedly not known what they're talking about when it comes to returns, okay? Not knowing what they were talking about when it comes to returns. All right, mushrooms are done. I'm going to add the organic spinach. Cooking it ahead of time rather than cooking it in the broth. And I'm going to transfer it to broth. Guess the spinach is still good. Nah. I'm sure it won't get us sick, but maybe we'll throw most of it away. Oh well. I have another one. That one's kind of old. Worry about shit like that when it comes to vegetables, though. You know, the store will they'll put a discount on it, but they'll even sell the mushrooms when they're starting to turn brown. If you have like wilted spinach or lettuce or something that's old, no, it's not perfect, but it's not likely going to get you sick either. It's not like it's turned moldy. You know, lots of people do ask questions like that, and I feel like it's fine. But in this instance, I'm going to throw away most of it that's on the bottom, that's touching the container on the bottom, that's turning a little liquidy. Top ones are alright. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Seriously, no. Okay. Not about that. Not when it comes to vegetables. I know people push the limit with vegetables, including me. People push the limit when it comes to using like brown onions or you know, lettuce or spinach, something that's gone a little wilted and maybe is old, but it hasn't turned like moldy or liquidy or anything. You know what I mean? But I threw most of it away. I took some off the top. Anyway, I messed up. I didn't mess up per se because I hadn't filled out any of this. They always want you to, Walmart.com, all these places, they want you to, Walmart.com sends you little email surveys and they feedback for the customer service rep, okay? And they want you to fill them out. Well, I hadn't filled any of them out all along, even though I've been pissed all along. So today, unfortunately, I accidentally lashed out at a person who hadn't done anything wrong. So then I wrote another email. I tried to find Walmart.com's customer service, if I could email them. And I found something, help at Walmart, you know, and I referenced the woman, and I said, please apologize to her. It was her feedback thing that she sent me, but I'm busy just venting and lashing out at everybody, and I accidentally lashed out at her, thinking that she had done something wrong. But again, none of this would be happening if these phone reps at Walmart.com. I had to talk to a manager last time around, getting that camera returned, and now this time around, I got pissed off all over again, okay? But I did write stuff on the feedback that wasn't true. To me it was true, and I thought it was true, and then I was tired, and I had all these emails. The bottom line is, I get the mangled containers yesterday. One mangled container, the rest were good. I'd already started, I took one out at a time, and I'd already started putting stuff in one at a time, and then I find the bottom one's all mangled, so that's annoying in and of itself, because you can't return just one, okay? You have to return the whole package and get them again, and hope for the best, So, I call up, and complain to employee A, who's a male, and say the things I always say, things I said about the camera, and we had that whole fiasco. I don't have a car. I don't have a printer, okay? So, I do want the containers again. He did what's called an instant replacement. I had already explained, but he doesn't know. That's the whole thing that I wrote in the thing, too. Your Walmart.com employees need to be educated when it comes to returns. Okay, they're always helpful, they're always nice, but last time I got such misinformation regarding the return of my camera, I ended up being forced, and my time matters. I spent hours on the phone. I've spent so many hours on the phone. And then, as you know, almost a complete day getting that whole thing straightened out with my mom's smartphone that she decided she didn't want, and trying to get her old number back, Oh my God. All day affair. Wouldn't have been all day affair if I drive, but I don't drive, so it's like, still would have been a long affair, just not an all day affair. Anyway, I'm all excited that my containers arrived. Like I said, I haven't even opened my camera. I'm waiting for the camera memory card. The camera came in less than 24 hours. The camera memory card has yet to arrive via UPS, not FedEx. I still have my note up, right? The note I told you about. Attention FedEx, UPS, USPS, please ring my doorbell. I might be home, blah, blah, blah. And if it's raining, snowing, or even if my steps are wet, please put the package in plastic, blah, 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 okay? The whole 9 yards. So, I call up last night. I talked to employee A, who's male. Alright, I need to return these containers. My first two shipments arrived perfectly. This one arrived mangled. The bottom one, I know damn well, I didn't say damn, but we know, common sense dictates, it was FedEx, they tossed it around or whatever. It wasn't put in there like that, okay? I know damn well that it happened in transit. And the FedEx guy even accidentally, and we'll get to that in a minute unless my mom comes home, in which case we'll have to do a conclusion, but it's part 2, probably will. Sometimes she comes home earlier than expected. Anyway, we just have to do part 2, that's all. I'm not going to upload this yet, but I have to go to the library. Again, I'm pissed on my sneakers. What do I do? Find old sneakers to wear? Can't wear boots. Too uncomfortable. Last time I wore boots, it hurt me because I have to walk miles. Technically, I don't have to walk miles. I might drink. I might whatever. I could take the bus, but I still have to walk the bus. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I got to do that. I also have to print out a thing. I don't know if I told you guys. I might have. While I was in that hotel, I lost. They don't do it every year, but that's why I apparently missed it when they did it, and they said, no, whatever. Anyway, I lost my mass health. And you guys know I'm on disability. I'm losing my mass health. It's taken away $100 a month from my paycheck, okay? And I needed to get that straightened out, and I'm American, and it's a whole big mess, okay? It all happened, but you know, we always have to look at the big picture, no matter what we're looking at, even in this contracting nightmare. The big picture is my mom got a brand new bathroom for free, and that drastically, you know, that significantly improved the value of her house, okay? Joe had said that as him. He did his own, but he had to do a home equity loan, but he said, if you want to increase the value of your house, you do bathrooms and roofs, because it's worth it to do the home equity loan, and then he says you get like double whatever. It increases the value of your house, so it's a good deal. Doesn't matter if it's a good deal or not a good deal anyway. It needed to be done. The bathroom was all buckling, you know. The pipe was burst under the house for however long, we don't even know, and ruining the house. You know? It had spread to my bedroom, and it had to be done regardless. But it did, in the process, increase the value of my mom's home, and that's just a gift. It's crappy, and now it's all new on the floor, all new vanity, as you know. But it's been ongoing hell discussed for me, okay? And then I have this added stress. I'm just trying to order stuff. I keep having repeated problems. I'm just ordering stuff online. I mean, you know. But anyway, wanted to return the container. Have to return. I'm not going to do what some people had said before I ever ordered the containers. They're like, yeah, I've had one arrives cracked, but it's not worth the $10 to me, so I just keep the 5 and lose out on $10. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So I said I'm going to order them again. Oh, the rep. Oh, do you want to do an instant replacement? I'm like, sure. So they do an instant replacement. I get an instant email, and what do you think's in the email? Blah, 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 blah. Please use the label attached below to return your items. And what was the label for? Not FedEx who had delivered it, not FedEx who comes to pick it up, but the post office, Smart Post, whatever, that I don't know that they pick stuff up, okay? I had told the guy, don't have a card, don't have a printer, okay? But I learned the last time around, because I got misinformation repeatedly, and again, spent hours total on the phone if I added it all up. Again, in the end, I had to talk to a manager. I kept getting misinformation regarding returning the camera because I was led to believe that FedEx could print out their own label. And no, in the end, we don't do that. Because I did have a company one time, I think it was Chewy, that they would do that. We don't do that. You either have to print it out yourself or we can mail it physically to you. I'm like, I'll get my ass to the library and print it out. I don't want to wait for it to be mailed. I want to send the camera back because in my back of my mind, I'm returning this camera out of spite after all the trouble with FedEx delivering and me waiting all day long and them not listening to my note, wrapping in plastic, and I didn't get it till 8:19 at night after waiting all day long to get money. I had to wait the whole weekend. And then it had Walmart.com's return address as the shipping origin, you know what I mean? And I found out that that's just a typo, whatever, I don't care. So they did it again with the camera. But if you go to FedEx, you see that it doesn't come from that address listed there. So I don't know why it's listed from their return center, but that was a big turn-off for me. And in the end, I'm like, fuck it, I'll return it. I'll get my money back. And I'll order it again. You know, I was pissed off. I was pissed that it was on wherever all weekend long. I had to wait. I was just pissed. And then it was sitting out there, and I didn't know it because I said ring the doorbell. And again, I got tired and cut up on other things. It didn't come till 8:19 at night. I was thinking because I waited all day Friday and got the runaround and it was never updated. They kept having wishful thinking, oh, well, it'll arrive, we still, you know, but it wasn't going to arrive. I suspected. But then Monday I thought I'd get it early, but I didn't get it early. And then the explanation was because so much other people didn't get theirs on Friday too. I had to in the last delivery. It was 8:19 at night, and I was supposed to be delivered that late. And again, it was put outside, and I didn't even realize. And it wasn't wrapped, and my steps were damp, and it pissed me off to no end. And then the final straw was it saying the return address. And when I called up, the guy didn't say, oh, that's just a typo. He said, oh, I've never heard of that happening. That's really strange. Okay, I will process your return. And did he process the return? No. He said he did, but I called the next morning and talked to someone else. That return wasn't processed. Oh, my God. I'll do it for you. And in the end, she thought that it could be done blah, blah, blah. He had to put it through as a call take, but she did. But it turned out I kept getting labels from FedEx, labels from whatever, and their policy, which I couldn't get to the bottom of until I talked to a manager, okay? I'm sorry for the misinformation you've gotten, but you have to print out the label or we can physically mail it to you, all right? That's fine. Why couldn't I have been told that days ago? I'm getting tons of phone calls from FedEx. FedEx even showed up here. And I'm like, I don't have the label. I mean, why are you here? Well, FedEx just showed up today, and I'm like, I'm laughing, because now I know the guy. Now he knows. I talked to him personally. Please, from now on, ring my doorbell or put my stuff in plastic if I'm not home. Okay? But UPS is not someone I know now, and I'm expecting this little tiny camera memory card that could practically, if it was wind, could blow away, I'm sure. It probably comes in a tiny little box, but they're not here. Supposedly going to come today. I've been waiting over a week for that. Okay? I wish the camera had waited to come, because I still don't know if I'm going to like the camera. But in this instance, if I don't like the camera, you know, you have to return it within 14, you have to start the return within 14 days, I'm sure, for digital, for electronics, just like in the store. When I returned that Sony to Target, you have 14 days, okay? You have a short amount of time, which is understandable for electronics, okay? So, here's where we stand. I woke up this morning with Omar, and I'm like all, you know, tired and agitated and whatnot. Remember, I returned that other camera, but it has taken a long time, apparently, to get to the return center or to process at the return center. Well, unfortunately for Walmart.com or for this nice person who actually did it, because when I talked to her right after I talked to the other one and got that USPS label, and that must be what they automatically do. They don't send it back via FedEx, but to me it's like, FedEx is damaged. It's their fault. They're the ones who should come and get it. I don't have a car. I don't know if I don't think the post office picks up stuff the way that FedEx will. With the I don't know though. I don't know. But in the end, I was upset, and I was just like, you know what? Forget it. Don't do this as a replacement. Just do it as a refund. And I want FedEx to come get it. I want to tell them what happened anyway, so it doesn't happen again. All right? That's no guarantee it won't happen again, but she put in the notes, be careful with the box. That's funny, huh? Be careful with the box, yeah. Imagine how angry I'm going to be if it arrives again damaged. So, I went to my Hotmail this morning and saw something. We have processed your replacement, blah, blah, blah. And it was for the camera. In my brain, because I'm so tired and so fed up with all this misinformation and crap, I automatically thought, oh my God, did they do a refund on my camera instead of the boxes? Did something happen instead of the container? Blah, 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 blah. And I was all upset. No, but they shouldn't have used the word replacement. That thing shouldn't say replacement. My camera was not replaced. My camera was refunded. And it was out of sight, out of mind, because I'd already been refunded within a day from Walmart. They refund you instantly. And then you have 30 days to send it back. I was refunded within a day. I got a signature from the FedEx guy when he came. I said, I want proof that I've handed this off to you. So as far as I'm concerned, if it got lost, if it got whatever, I'm not responsible anymore, see? So it's out of my hands. It's FedEx responsibility. Once I have proof, I handed it over to them with the label and the whole 9 yards. So that was out of my mind. So when I get this, like, however long later, and I'm like, what? Oh my God, and it didn't, I was tired. And I'm thinking, why am I getting this? Oh my God, did they do the camera? I didn't give the, blah, blah, blah. No, I was wrong. So I tore everybody apart in the feedback thing sent by this nice woman who had done what she said she was going to do. She fixed what that first guy did. He did an instant replacement, and he thought that it could go via FedEx, and he didn't know. That's why I put good things too, even though I felt bad for her, because they liked their good feedback, and I wasn't justifiably, she did what she said. She said, I'm going to fix this for you and make it for FedEx. But what she also did wrong, she said, I'm going to tell FedEx to not pick it up till Monday. I'm like, can you do that? Sure, I can do that. No, you can't. FedEx showed up here today for no reason, which I was trying to avoid, and I had a laugh with them. I'm like, you know, you showed up here for no reason the other time with my camera, and I didn't have the label. Well, it's happened again, even though I told the woman that don't let this happen. I want it for Monday. So they just don't know what they're doing, even this one. But I was wrong in that she didn't fuck up and do a refund, or he didn't from a camera. I had a mistaken email. But think about it. In the last month, think of all the order numbers. 3, they're all still there. I have feedback things that I haven't filled out. I have 3 orders for the Sterilite containers. I have 2 orders for the camera. I have 1 thing for that's the same order for that coming over a week after my second camera for the little memory card. You get it? So of course I'm understandably got confused with the order numbers, and it says replacement, And I just, it was my camera, and it was at the top of my email. Unfortunately for Walmart.com, that nice woman who fixed everything after the other guy thought he was doing the FedEx thing, thought he could, and then I get an instant thing for USPS Smart Post. Like, no. I don't even know. I shouldn't even have to find out. I don't know if they pick up, but I know FedEx does, and I want it. It should be FedEx anyway. They delivered it damaged. I know it was damaged in transit. I should be able to talk to him, and you know what I mean? It should be FedEx. Should be FedEx, period. But I wrote things they're not going to understand, saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe you! Did you refund my camera?" Blah 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 blah. I was in shock, but they didn't. It's me misreading stuff because there's too much there, too many order numbers, too many returns and refunds and feedback things that I haven't filled out, and you know. So I just talked about everything in the one feedback thing, you know. I just let them have it, all justifiably, but she had actually done exactly what she said she would do. So I feel bad that I mentioned her and her reference number and whatnot, and she didn't do anything wrong. So then I tried to apologize. I called again just to verify that everything was okay, talked to this other person, and I tried to explain, is there any way I can apologize to the other person, but I still want to make sure everything's okay. Oh yeah, everything's fine, and then FedEx shows up here when they're not supposed to, but that's on Walmart.com. I guess they're not even supposed to call them until they want them to come. I don't know. They say they're going to call first. They always tell me FedEx is going to call first. FedEx never calls first. This is the second time they've showed up here for no reason. You know, not my fault. I laughed with him. I'm like, this happened to you a couple weeks ago. He's like, I know. I'm like, I told her I couldn't, I don't have a printer. I can't pull the label out of my ass. I didn't say that. I'm saying it to you. Okay. So that's where we stand. And I need to finish cooking and cleaning and whatnot. So I'll do a part 2 when I'm able to. And the part 2 will be me. I saved everything that I wrote to FedEx. I also filled out an online survey for how do you feel about your return regarding Walmart.com. And in the end, they wanted you to enter some sweepstakes. I don't trust them. Maybe it's not even through Walmart. I didn't do it. I don't like that either. I thought it was fun. But it's some survey. And it probably isn't even from Walmart. It's probably from some other thing, you know. Just like they were talking about how Facebook got in trouble asking you to fill out all these things and whatever, and then they use the data. But stupid survey doesn't let you choose between if you